Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by mountains, there lived a young man named Marco. He was 24 years old, and his mind never stopped racing. Thoughts came and went all day long, worries about the future, regrets about the past, leaving him exhausted and uneasy. No matter what he did, Marco couldn't find peace. He couldn't sleep well. His smile had faded, and his mind felt like a never-ending storm. One day, Marco heard a story about a wise old man who lived in a faraway village in the hills. This man was once a well-known psychologist in the city. Over the years, he had helped many people find peace within themselves. Now, he had left the busy city life behind and lived close to nature. He rarely spoke, but sometimes he shared wisdom with those who truly sought it. Marco felt a spark of hope. Maybe this old man can help me, he thought. So, he packed his things and set off on a long, tiring journey. After many days, Marco finally reached the hill village. At the edge of the village, he found a small house covered in greenery. On the porch sat the old man, eyes closed, breathing slowly, looking completely at peace. Marco approached quietly and said, "Grandfather, my mind is restless. I can't stop thinking. I want peace in my heart. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes and gave a calm, gentle smile. "So, you're looking for peace," he said. "Come with me. I'll give you a small task." He led Marco into the yard and filled a glass with water all the way to the brim. The slightest shake would cause it to spill. "Take this glass," the old man said, and walked to the edge of the village and back. "But remember, don't spill even one drop." Marco looked puzzled, but he agreed. He held the glass carefully and began walking. The path was narrow and full of life. Children played nearby. Shopkeepers called out. Dogs barked in the distance. But Marco didn't look around. His eyes stayed locked on the glass. Step by step, he walked slowly and steadily, determined not to spill a single drop. People watched him with curiosity, but no one disturbed him. They understood he was learning something important. Finally, Marco returned and handed the glass back. "I did it," he said. "Not a single drop spilled." The old man nodded and smiled. Then he asked, "Tell me, did you see the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco was surprised. "No," he said. "I didn't notice anything. I was only focused on the glass." The old man's smile deepened. "That," he said, "is the secret. It was always inside you, but you didn't know. When your mind stays in the present moment, there's no space for fear, no room for regret. Your mind becomes quiet. You weren't sad about the past. You weren't afraid of the future. You were simply here." In that moment, Marco began to understand. This was the peace he had been searching for. Peace isn't something we find outside. It's something we uncover when we stay in the now. Marco bowed his head. "I understand now, grandfather. If I want to calm my mind, I must stay in this moment. That's where real peace lives." The old man smiled once more. The sun was setting, painting the sky with golden light. Birds flew home to their nests, and Marco, now a changed man, began his walk back. But this time, he wasn't the same restless young man. He carried a quiet strength inside because he had finally learned how to silence the storm within.